If you're a mortgage professional, here is how to find home buyers for you and your referral partners. Step-by-step script and playbook for your sales and marketing efforts. We are all ears to the ground, listening for new ways to capture business in a smaller market and making every action count by creating leads for yourself and at the same time either helping your referral partners or using your leads to entice and recruit more partners is the winning strategy. This is a playbook and a strategy specifically related to predictive homebuyer scenario alerts in MonitorBase. A predictive homebuyer scenario is when a contact in your database, be that a phone, email, CRM contact, or past clients, pre-quals, or denials, has a high probability of purchasing a new home in the short term. These are good opportunities to refer a buyer to an agent ahead of your competitors. A little background on this alert is that this contact meets the minimum credit criteria set by your organization and has one of the following scenarios: a mortgage inquiry in the past 18 months, but no new mortgage from that attempt. The borrower has also significantly reduced revolving debt utilization in the past 6 months. This is usually a sign that they are serious about buying a home. Maybe in their previous attempt, they found that they had too high of a debt to income ratio, or perhaps they had an increase in their income. Either way, things are moving in the right direction and you should reconnect. Or they have a high homebuyer predictive score because they've recently voluntarily closed multiple credit lines in the past 6 months. This is usually a leading indicator among first-time home buyers. Maybe they're trying to improve their credit score, or they may have had an increase in income recently. Either way, they are focused on finances now, and it's an excellent time for you to reconnect with them. Or they're just showing a high likelihood of buying a home in the coming months. This contact is scored in the top 10th percentile of our predictive homebuyer model, while inventory has improved in the past month in their county, meaning there's more of a possibility of their getting an offer accepted as a first-time buyer than it before with the tighter inventory market. In all of these scenarios, remember, they may or may not have found a buyer's agent to work with. If you refer a soon-to-be buyer to an agent, you will likely get more of their other business. Now, we're going to keep saying it here because predictive scenario alerts all fit this model. We're out here trying to get ahead of the curve so we can alert you before somebody has an inquiry with a competitor. It's about probabilities and it's a numbers game. Not all of these people will want or need a mortgage right now, and that is okay. Almost every one of these people is going to want and need a mortgage in the future. The only alert that we have that is a 100% probability that someone is in the market for a mortgage is an inquiry. That's one where they've already started with someone else. And so oftentimes, that can feel like it's too late. So when someone hits this predictive score, you know that they are statistically more likely to be in the market than anyone else in your database. Way more likely. But even then, there are 3 probable outcomes when you reach out to somebody here. 1 is that they are simply not in the market. 2, that they're thinking about it, but they're not ready to move forward right now. Maybe a short to medium term, they'll be interested. Or 3, they are interested in moving forward in the short term. Knowing that you're going to be reaching out to those 3 sets of people without knowing which, here is the script for your initial outreach. Now, this is just an example. This is one example among many, and feel free to make it your own and communicate the message in your own words. But I always start these with an introduction. Hi, Steve. This is William LeBaron with MonitorBase. And you'll notice it's about making the connection. At this point, you want to remind them of how you know each other. This will change the tone of the conversation from a cold to a warm call. For example, if you help them with financing to buy a home 2 years ago, bring that up. If this is a contact that an agent provided to you, let the client know the connection. For example, we worked together a couple of years ago to purchase your home, or I worked closely with agent's name, or I helped you refinance your home back in 2020, or even you used to date my brother. Now you get the picture, but now the conversation has relevance. Now it's time to start talking about them. You may want to start talking about yourself and your product and how great you are, but take a moment and speak to them about what matters most to them in this world, which is them and their lives. So you may have seen the letter or email from me recently. My assistant periodically reaches out to qualified clients that may be in the market. And your name popped up, so I thought I would just give you a quick call and see if I could answer any housing market or mortgage related questions for you. Now, let them talk. Ask follow-up questions. That's what will get them talking about their future plans. For example, have you been looking at any new homes or thought about a move anytime in the future? Have you looked into the value of your home? Or would you be interested in having agent name, somebody that you know and trust that you could make that referral? Would you be interested in having this agent give you a good idea of your home value? Now, it's about delivering value, so let the conversation continue on from here with you asking questions about them. Let them tell you how you could help them. And remember, selling and buying a home is a complicated process. All you're looking for in the initial call, all you want is if they have any intentions of selling in the coming months. People don't want mortgages, they want homes. And so you're trying to look for that intent related to property. The more value you can give in the form of answers and insight, the more likely they are to open up and have a meaningful discussion. Differentiate yourself here. Talking about rates and terms is going to put anyone to sleep. Rates and terms are going to sound pretty much exactly the same from lender to lender, anyone they talk to. So tell them how you are unique to other lenders and why you like helping find their dream home. Now, depending on which of the three scenarios turns out to be the case, here are the possible next steps. In scenario 1, they are interested in moving forward in the short term. Now, you're a loan professional. We don't need to tell you how to do your job on the mortgage side. But if they're thinking about buying, they might also have a home to sell. And you should try and connect them with an agent, either as a selling or buying or both. And make sure to make that introduction. Not only will this strengthen your agent relationships, but it saves you from having to defend the deal from whatever preferred lender the agent they choose might have or try to push on them. So if it's a first-time buyer though, if you use a tool like MBS Highway, this is a great time to send out something like a rent versus buy comparison. Now, scenario number 2, they're thinking about it, but they're not quite, ready to move forward right now. Maybe in the medium term, they will be interested. If nothing else, follow up with an email thanking them for their time. And now that you get them thinking, you want to be the easy to find contact. And if they want to discuss further details, you want them to easily be able to reach out to you. But schedule a follow-up in your calendar, especially if they said they might be in the market to sell in the next year. If they are thinking about selling and they want to connect with an agent, make sure to make the introduction. If they asked for follow-up information, provide that quickly and let them know that you will check back with them after they've had a chance to review it. It's always up to you to take the next action. Now, the final scenario is simply they're not in the market. Remember, they are a person. There are other things you could talk about and connect on. So don't rush off the phone or avoid the conversation. Connect. They will remember you. And then thank them for their time and set them up on some sort of nurture campaign in your CRM. It doesn't need to be every week, maybe just every couple of months having a touch point. Now, if they don't answer, we really recommend leave a voicemail using the above kinds of scripts. Send a text, if you can, with similar messaging as that voicemail, as that email. Send a follow-up email and set a reminder to try again in 1 or 2 weeks. Again, this is a numbers game. You'll have to make several calls and emails before anybody answers or responds. And then you're going to have to speak with several people before someone says that they're interested and ready to go. And even the people who are ready might not be ready right now. We remind you it's a numbers game because all of these things take time. And as much as we want to rush it, it's important to remember that it's a process. If you follow the process and repeat and optimize, you will find that within a few months you're seeing consistent results from your efforts. As your processes improve, your results will improve. And the more time that goes by, the more results you'll see from previous efforts. It's like investing with compound interest. The longer it goes, the more your return will be. And you're planting seeds today that they're going to produce results in the future. You can't plant today and expect a harvest tomorrow. So success with a system like this would be capturing an extra deal or two each month out of your phone, email, and CRM contacts, while simultaneously being able to generate referrals to your partners to strengthen existing relationships and create new ones.